Hi guys, welcome back to We're Gonna Talk About It. First, before we really go any further, we just really want to thank every single person that has engaged with our content. If you've commented or shared or left any feedback, like we have our personal people that usually leave feedback, you guys are absolutely amazing, and we just want to say thank you. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're an old-timer, welcome back. And we have a very super special guest, a personal favorite. But before he introduces himself, we are going to do a small game, right? Or should he introduce himself first?
Yeah, let him introduce himself
Yeah,
first.
he sent me his CV, but like it's very long. So yeah.
No, I feel like because it's not my first time here, I mean...
Yeah, but people
I'm
were dying
very
to put a
excited.
voice to the
voice.
to the voice.
I'm
The
very excited
repetition
to be
already
here.
precedes him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does it taste? Thank you guys so much. And wow, Leighton Barungi.
Yeah.
It's amazing to be. As always, you guys are the best, very smart people. Let's see how smart you are in this game. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So before we start, we have a small, very small game that we're going to play, a geographical test to see whether, So she's going to read for us the questions. I don't know what she's going to read.
Yeah.
So if we could all just be ready on our gadgets.
Okay.
So to begin with,
Okay. What
is the capital city of Kenya? Madagascar.
Ew.
Kenya, Madagascar. What is the capital city of South Africa? The capital city of Sudan.
Guys, I just don't know the spelling of this word. Of what?
Sudan.
Ew.
And lastly, the capital city of Hungary. Kenya, Madagascar, South Africa, Sudan, and Hungary. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So are we? Yeah.
Okay, this was a very horrible game, by the way. We should
Very
never play
horrible.
this again.
This is fun. No, you should send your phone to.
Let me have your phone.
Okay. So,
Okay. Oh, wow.
okay. So Leighton, yeah.
That's Joanna's phone.
Yeah, this is Leighton, yeah. No, that.
This is your phone. Okay.
The capital city of Kenya is Nairobi, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
everyone
okay.
got that right.
This guy literally copied something wrong from my phone, bro, and I changed it. Okay, fine. You have one.
The capital city of Hungary is. Of Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Yeah,
I have
is Antananarivo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I passed that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, GGG.
Leighton, yeah, no.
No.
Leighton failed it.
Yeah.
Sudan is Khartoum.
What? You also
Yeah,
failed it.
Leighton says Sudan.
No. I was so confused.
Yeah.
Wow.
And South Africa is
Cape
Johannesburg.
Town.
Cape Town.
Cape Town, Johannesburg.
Who?
And Pretoria.
Who?
Yeah.
Three.
Ooh, Cape Town.
Yay.
No.
Okay, and finally
Hungary.
Budapest.
is Budapest. That's
See, I
the
passed
only
that.
one.
So
Right?
how many do I have?
You have zero.
3. I have 3.
Hey, you
have
have
two.
one.
3.
You have Nairobi and
Budapest
Cape Town. Oh yeah.
Hey, I have 3 as well.
Joel has 1. You have
5.
wow.
She has 1.5.
I know.
Joel has Nairobi.
Yeah.
Soweto. And Triple G, bro. I don't even know what Triple G is.
That's crazy. Okay.
Guys, wasn't good at geography.
All right, guys. Let's
So it was mashed me.
It's crazy, Joe. You need to do more. More
geographical readings.
Yeah,
You're still smart. You're just, pressure, I think.
Yeah, pressure.
I think it's a pressure, really.
Okay, guys. I think we really need to get to this. Today we're going to have real talk. Guys, could you really say with me, real talk?
Real talk.
Yeah, we're going to have a very interesting conversation about pornography.
Chills.
Real chills, my brain just...
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about everything pornography in this generation especially. The reinforcing factors, how society has actually successfully made us believe that it's okay to consume a bit of porn. Yeah. Yeah. Joe, is this topic exciting you like that?
No.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. So before we start, I just want to ask a very personal question. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
I think at the forefront of like dealing with the things that actually affect us is the admission of guilt and of mistake and of error. Yeah. So I hope you don't mind me asking. Because like if we're seated at this table, then we've definitely all ever consumed porn.
Yeah.
Like we're past that. Like I hope that
We are past
people
the denial phase.
can get past the denial phase if they really want to get over pornography.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, at what age were you first introduced to anything pornographic? Magazines, books, the thing itself. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you have to remember that. Bro, it's... Bro,
Many years.
real talk. Like,
Yeah.
from way back.
Real
I can't
talk.
even lie, bro. I feel... Wow. Like 11.
11.
Estimate 11.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
Estimating 10, 11. Yeah, magazines back then. Like
Okay.
those fashion magazines.
Okay.
10, 11. 10, 11.
10, 11.
That's the first time I saw anything out of the normal,
Pornography.
nude,
Yeah. Yeah.
10, 11.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, wait, me?
Yeah. We're waiting for you.
I think I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah,
13.
13.
13.
Yeah. So my follow-up question to that question would be, then how long did you go on consuming pornography?
Yeah, I feel like for me, there was like it was just like ew, what's that? And then I feel like the peak of it was like early adolescence. How old are we in like S1? Like what?
15, 16,
Yeah.
14.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 15, 16 for me is when actually like,
It
I was
really peaked.
actively consuming.
You at your
Yeah.
prime.
Yeah, I felt like no. I feel like once when I had the opportunity, obviously, curious minds, you're a child and like, bro, what's this?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you just keep
Yeah.
searching, yeah.
And then also,
And I feel like that's when you have access to these things. Like you finally have a phone, you're old enough. Sometimes you're home alone. They need to leave you the phone.
Oh,
So you're
yeah.
like, bruh.
Yeah.
and I want to pose a question to Leighton. So when you're at your, okay, I don't want to say prime, but 13, 14, as you stated, when you started watching pornography, at what stage did it pick into masturbation? Or you didn't? You didn't go. Usually they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
You
At
watch
what
them
point
and then
do you feel intrigued to say, now I want?
yeah.
It's no longer enough to just watch.
Oof. See, that's a tough one because, like, bro, back then we didn't even know that we could,
Yeah.
achieve pleasure by like
Yeah.
touching yourself
Isn't
or
that
something.
crazy?
Bro,
Yeah.
like, so, bro, that's a tough question because now you're literally asking me when was the first time you realized, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what happened?
Yeah.
Were you touching yourself?
But I feel like for me, it had to be high school still. I mean, high school was a really weird, fun place, like,
Yeah.
we had, like, I feel like for me, because, we're mostly boys alone, we weren't scared to, explore
Like,
these things and like
yeah,
tell each other like,
watch
hey
some
man,
porn,
last
yeah.
holiday I did something and it was new, bro.
Yeah.
I never knew my body could do this. And you're like, oh, bro, what did
are
you do, bro?
talking
And
about?
you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So next holiday when I go home, bro,
I'm going to try.
I'm gonna try the same thing and
Yeah.
see, bro.
Yeah.
But what if I'm different from you? What if
Yeah.
maybe I have an issue? I have to know I can do the same thing you can do, like, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if you say a man should do it, then, bro.
Yeah.
So, bro.
Yeah.
But if
Go-
I have an issue.
High school was a funny
Exactly,
place for
so.
you indeed. Yeah. Well, that's crazy. Okay, so that means like there is these reinforcing factors. Like you've said, I think friends is like the first reinforcing factor.
Yeah.
So I wanted us to like highlight some pointers out there for like our listeners. There is those specific things that like society has like deemed to be normal. Like magazines, like media today portrays pornography as like it's an okay thing. It's not that bad, If you read the Cosmopolitan, they encourage, women to touch themselves, figure out
True.
your body, what it can do and your limits and all those things. So I wanted to know what like reinforcing factors were there in your life. Did you have people that like pushed you to watch like more porn? Was it your friend? Could it have been like individual? Sometimes it's really individual. Maybe was it the negligence of your parents with their gadgets? Could it have been magazines? Like, what was that thing that reinforced porn in your time for a very long time?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. But like the first thing I feel like we need to highlight is we're human beings.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are, however much you think you're a saint, at some point in your life as you're growing up, your body just starts to feel a certain type of way. And the more you grow up, the more information you receive, the more you understand what your body can do, how the world really works, you know? It's now not a question of, Mommy, where did you get me from? The supermarket. No. Now I know a man and a woman need to do this, this, and this. This happens, you know? And so, bro, when you're learning, you realize, okay, that's crazy, you know? And it's that curiosity that pushes you sometimes to just, you know, I need to find out more about these things, you know?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I can't be the one who's lagging when everyone else knows. And as you said, bro, there are those factors that you just can't, you know, if you're sending your kid to school, there's other people there. Your kid isn't studying alone.
100%,
you know?
Yeah.
So he's going to find friends. She's going to find friends, you know, and they're going to tell her things. They're going to feed her things. And so obviously everyone would highlight it as peer pressure, you know, that's like the first thing. And like, bro, the marketability of these things is what really gets to us. But you know that this is a pleasure everyone, naturally, everyone would want it. That's just how our brains are wired. The dopamine, this and that.
Yeah.
You just want pleasure. So they market it so well to make you feel like this, it's not wrong for you to do this.
Consume a little.
Just a little bit. You don't have to go overboard, you know? I mean, what were we talking about? The categories, you know? Every guy has their ideal fantasy. It just happens as you grow up, you know? You're starting to see changes in women, girls around you. You start to get ideas, you know? You're mad. Bro, they're giving you all your fantasies here, but in your brain, it's safer because you don't have to go out there. And that's the thing. All these things are like processes. If you take something out of the process, it completely changes the outcome. Totally different. If the process is go out there, talk to a girl, you know, connect. There are different levels of connection, spiritual, physical, soul, mind, all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you just skip all those and just jump to the pleasure, you know, I'm just going to go to the physical, the sexual. The outcome is different. And I think that's where pornography starts to derail us, you know?
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
You know, you raise a very good point. The thing you go for is the sexual part of it. For example, we are engineered to have, I think we have 3 primal states. That's why morality is a very big factor in very many things, because inherently you have like 3 primal states. I think that's food, sex. I forget the other thing. It can't be money because we didn't have money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have forgotten
food,
the other third primal state, but it's food and sex. So now porn makes it accessible. So now you realize back in the days and it wasn't there. There was no pornography. Even the writings came after. So a Roman king would literally have to fight and strive to sleep with a woman, to see a woman naked.
Yeah.
So he had to work for that. But now you're 10, you're chilling in your bed, you can access naked women. What does that do to your brain?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it has made it easy.
And that's why I'm thrilled to talk about this topic, because very many young men are in this, and women, though there is this study of men are more affected by pornography. I don't know how that works out. Maybe you will tell us. But
you guys.
Like men are they really suffer with this particular vice.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thrilled to talk about pornography, because people out there think it's a normal thing. And as you say, the marketing thing of if you go to the Men's Health magazine, and I like reading through the Men's Health magazine, it tells you on how, you know, in a world where you don't know how to become a man, you want to read about how to become a man.
True.
So they tell you, you know what, man, pornography is okay as long as you do it the right amount of times, like maybe once a week. Yeah. But is it really okay? What would you suggest about that?
Yeah.
Is there a right amount of consuming pornography?
That's the question I always keep asking.
I genuinely
Is there a safe amount?
I genuinely think
I feel like that's like someone telling you there's a safe amount of cocaine to consume.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people who have normal lives like consuming things like that, but like
it's not right. Like,
in
it
the
isn't
long run.
proper. Like, the thing with like cocaine and pornography, I think, is that they obviously are not going to tell you to consume a large amount, because they know the little amount you consume is going to take you back.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to make you like consume more. Like, that's the thing with pornography. Like, it's very mental. And cocaine, like if you do cocaine for the first time, you're going to do it again. So like they know they don't have to convince you to do too much, because convincing you to do little is going to take you back. And like that's why I wanted to ask again, like as we're seated here and talking about this, I know there is definitely no more pornography in our lives, right? So I wanted to know, was there a point in your life when like you just, like when you decided to quit, like was there that thing that drove you to quit? Was it like spiritual? Was it maybe an experience? Did something happen? You know, usually with women, it's like normally an accident, like an accident happens with a tool or, you know, I'm not saying that's but like what,
Okay,
was it,
yeah.
like was there something that just,
Like what just pushed you to say, you know, this is enough. This is
Yeah.
enough. Like
Yeah.
I need to put a stop to this.
yeah,
Why
that's what we
consuming
want
too
to share
much?
with our listeners, so you know they could.
I feel like
going.
now that's, bro, you guys are looking at me like I'm the pornography expert here, you guys.
Yeah.
But you are.
That's somewhere. Yeah. We all have equal experiences.
Yeah. No, we do have very
But
personal and
yeah.
individual experiences.
Okay.
But of course, I feel like Joe, you know, it's just
Let's hear from.
yeah.
No, I feel like, okay, it's pornography is, for me, it's so scary because of the addictive factor, you know?
Yeah.
And man, you know, there's just a point in your life when you wake up and you're like, man, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing, bro?
Yeah.
And the good thing is, bro, I think Joel can testify. I love researching about random things, bro.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, from way back, I've always made research on like pornography and things like that, and watched so many documentaries. And from the jump, even like from the jump, one of the things that made me want to quit the most was like when I saw the lives these people live. Like what you see in the video is completely different from what
Yeah.
actually happens. And
Yeah.
to me, I was like, no, I can't do that to myself.
Like their lives are good, normal, or
Horrible, like
Oh.
bro. Okay, I don't want to say horrible, but like, man, I
Terrible.
cannot explain it, bro.
yeah, distasteful, disgusting.
I feel like this is not the person I want to lose myself to.
I actually, and now I actually remember.
Yeah, they're
you know,
just
when you mentioned that,
like
I remember
athlete
that.
demons.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
exact moment we decided to quit. I think for me, it was that moment I realized I have a cancer. You know, it was the moment when I could speak about it.
Yeah.
And that was with, I think, Leighton. Because he told me that story of watching you recommended a Netflix kind of biography into pornography. Yeah.
There's
and
many,
then you
there's like
start documentary of watching how these people film the shows,
Yeah.
how the girls are forced and
Yeah.
everything, how they don't
Oh.
love doing what they're
behind
doing.
it.
Yeah, how
Bro,
it's-
like the things you see in the world and you say, oh, that's wrong.
That's
Human
disgusting.
trafficking is wrong.
Don't
Yeah.
do
This
it.
and that. Those are the same things that are done right before the video.
and
Oh,
that's crazy. Yeah,
crazy.
Those people who can't live with what they do
Wow.
and they have to do drugs just to shoot those videos, bro. There's people who are addicted to so many sorts of things. People who feel numb on the inside. And this is a person you're busy jerking off to, you know.
Oh
Finding
yes.
pleasure.
Oh,
Like it used to be nice every time I would sit
I feel
down
like it's
and,
horrible.
you know, you're having a bad day, you just throw on a video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even when you're stressed outside, you're trying to pick up girls, you're not
Oh, you're
getting
having a
girls.
bad
Exactly.
day
But man,
and you're
what am I
using
saying?
someone else's bad day
Like you
to
just
get
need to
yourself
blow
pleasure.
some steam
Yeah,
off.
you're
And like,
like-
bro, like, and exactly that takes me to my next point. Like, for me, it's because there's COVID time really brought me closer to God. I keep telling people this.
Yay.
And I feel like for me, that was a moment when I started to realize that this is wrong, even on the spiritual level.
Yeah.
And that's when I started going deeper,
absolutely. Yeah.
deeper into it. And trust me, YouTube will do you no justice. If you think watching a little bit of porn is okay, don't go to YouTube and search, is there anything wrong with porn? Oh my
Oh
days,
yes,
bro.
I feel like YouTube
The videos,
shows that side
Exactly.
of like
They show you everything unfiltered, bro. Be it spiritual, be it worldly, everything. And so I realized, man, this is crazy.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Now, my next question is related to that. So when I say that my first time to actually when I actually decided to quit porn is when I could talk about it openly.
Yeah.
Like tell you, oh man, Leighton. And then you're like, oh man, by the way, I also watch it. I get these things of a fantasy. I go watch it, then I regret after I pray to God.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
after a few minutes, I go back, do the same thing. I'm like, man, that's the same thing. And then we laugh about it.
Oh,
but now we are
that
talking
was really
about
nice.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're now talking about it. So you're quitting. But now we didn't quit that exact day. Because I remember it was around Form 5. That's the very first time of Form 5. But then when I actually quit, must have been around campus, like second year. That's when I actually quit. Now, those relapses are the ones I wanted to point out. Like, from the period you decide to quit and those relapses in between, how are you able to, maybe you could share an individual experience, how are you able to conquer the relapses? Because that's not an easy, in fact, the hardest journey I've had in pornography is having the self-awareness and quitting.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my hardest. Before
Like
it was
knowing
pristine
it's
and
wrong
fun.
and
Yeah.
actually quitting it.
Yeah, before it was fun, it was, you're naive and you're having fun. You're seeing new substances coming out of your body and it's exciting. But then you get yourself out.
Sorry, what?
No, but That makes so much sense. you
Yeah.
know?
So what did you do in between the self-awareness and the relapses to actually commit to quitting the entire habit
I feel
once
like-
and for all?
See, that's what I told you about the addictive side of it. It's just like any other addictive thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's very hard for you to say, okay, I'm done with this today, and you stop. But along the way, I learned so many techniques. That's why I tell you, there's so many good people out there that can actually help you. And that's why I wanted to come here today. From the things I learned, there's so many things like you have to really, the worst feeling. I think it's literally like post-nut clarity, to be honest. But from pornography, when you just sit there, you're in your room, you're done.
You just kind
You
of
feel
feel a
dirty. You just want to
worthlessness.
go take a shower. You feel like
Yeah.
some slob, and you're like, bro,
substances.
why did I do this, bro? And then you feel like, bro, for me, it was the way I felt towards God, after everything He'd pulled me through.
yeah.
And I'm just literally doing this in His face, I just tell Him, okay, just sit there and watch me do this.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, come on, like, it's
Yeah,
crazy,
it's crazy.
And I feel like with the freedom that uni gave us, that's when you really get to know who you really are, like who you want to be and what you want to do with your life, bro. I couldn't see myself 10 years down the road still doing that,
watching pornography.
having the woman of my dreams, but I can't love her fully because I have this other side of me. And all those little things build up. And now there's probably someone out there thinking, maybe I'm not there yet,
Like,
maybe I'm not looking
even
at that yet.
that
I'm
bad.
just, I just
I'm
like the
having
pleasure.
fun,
Exactly. I'm having
and I'm
fun.
living a normal life. I'm still okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like for me, the most dangerous part is in the start. Did you really feel anything? You just felt like, come on.
Best time of my life.
Exactly. But in the long run, that's the thing about anything addictive. In the long run is when you start to feel the side effects,
Yeah.
I was losing so much time, I'd just be in my room every time I'm bored, I couldn't even think of better things to do with my time,
Yeah.
I just didn't feel whole, I didn't feel like
That cognitive and mental
Exactly.
impairment.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
feel like, man, this is not building me in any way, to be honest. It's just taking from me, bro.
Yeah.
And if you get into the spirituality part now, bro, you read
Terrible.
1 Corinthians 6 and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
This-
Like the demons and
Exactly,
yeah.
bro. And like, I think that's one of the most important parts we used to talk about, the spirituality part. Because there's a time when me and Joel would say, at least we're not out there catching bodies, we're not, and
Yeah.
then I looked at him and I was like, bro,
You're catching a lot of spiritual bodies.
I feel like in that sense, we're even catching more bodies because,
Yeah.
bro, how many videos do you watch?
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
people actually spend more time scrolling
Yeah.
to find the perfect video? You play a video like, this is not for me.
Yeah, that's
And by the time you find your perfect video, boom, 3 minutes? And you're like, shit.
Like the thing with like
Three-
Twitter porn.
bro.
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You spend so much
No,
time
you're looking at
scrolling.
me like I'm experienced. No. Like I'm just saying because
Twitter porn?
no. No, like Twitter just has like I feel like it
Yeah,
has
yeah.
too much pornography.
Exactly.
And yeah, so
Oh,
what do I know?
listen, a few days ago at home was streaming the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Because our DSTV was off. And like we couldn't, pay this. So someone just came up with the idea, let's stream it. Cool. So all in the sitting room, my mom, my dad, my little brother, me. So
Yeah.
I decided to stream
Yeah.
on my phone. So I go to Score 808. And then I had forgotten from uni that it's a site we used to use, but it has like redirection. So it just redirects us to porn. And imagine we're on the TV.
Oh
everyone-
my goodness.
Bro, my mom just ran away and ran to bed. And then my dad is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, bro. And then my little brother's like, what? And then he's like, these people should go to hell. And then the first thought in my head was like, oh, what about the people that watch?
what should we do?
Where does that leave us? Where does that leave them,
Oh my goodness.
So, that's the thing. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like, porn,
What are you doing?
porn has so much marketability, It's like, bro, like,
Wow.
unprovoked, you're just on,
Yeah,
you're on social
like
media,
you
you see
open
something.
Twitter and then you
Yeah.
just
And that's the thing.
Wow.
This doctor, I forgot his name, was talking about soft porn in relation to hardcore porn. If you don't see anything, sexual, nude, you can't be tempted to just look up porn. Okay, maybe when you're extremely bored, or
Yeah.
maybe when you've been in the habit.
Yeah.
But I feel like what tends to draw us more to porn is like
The
soft porn, you
yeah.
know? You're watching a movie.
The naked women on Instagram. And, yeah.
It's not hardcore porn in the movie on Netflix, but they're getting so close to it, but they just don't show
and
you
like
maybe
you're curious.
the intercourse. And you're like,
want to know.
yeah. The passion is building.
Like,
you
let
need
me
the
check
pleasure.
this. Yeah, where can I go?
you know, in the long run, you end up finding yourself. Actually, that's one of the things I tried to cut out so much. That's why there was a time when I just avoided
Same, yeah.
anything.
Like forward through the scenes or just not
Yeah.
consume anything that has
like,
too
bruh,
much
I'm
sexual
gonna check
content.
the movie, the age, maturity rating, all that stuff. Because, like, bro, I know myself, bro. I can't hold on for so long, and that's why even the Bible, the way it talks about, you know, sexual sin,
Immorality.
it happens in the inside. It's not like other sins,
It's
you know.
the worst.
Other sins are external. But if something happens on the
Don't
inside,
get me
this
started
is
on
you we're talking
fornication,
about.
but that's a story for another
you know,
day. Yeah.
It happens on the inside. And that's what the Bible tells you, flee, bro. There's no way they tell you, man, you know, you can reason with it, you can reason with theft, you can reason with this.
You can reason even with murder. But
you
not with
cannot
sexual
reason
immorality.
with sexual immorality,
You
bro.
can't.
It just devours you, man. You have to look the other way and tie your heart and just run, bro. Don't even reason with it, you know?
Yeah.
You're in the bar, you're drunk, maybe you're with your friends, and then
Go
you see it. Just
home.
go home, bro.
Yeah.
True.
You're on your phone, you have so much data, it's expiring tomorrow. Don't.
That was also a very good reason.
Download again.
And by then,
what?
By then, data was so cheap.
I
You
have a
just-
friend, like my friends, to be honest, my friends have these conversations. Like, we're grown up. We're all, you know, we're all done with uni. We're not going to hide the fact that, man, we all used to watch, you know, bro, at school, blah, blah, you guys are hiding. You're watching a phone. No one knows about it. Hey, you're watching this and that. And like, as we grow up, like the reason we have these
becomes
conversations
normal.
is because we have to tell ourselves, like, man, we do not need to do this. Like, we have
Anymore.
to do better. Because
Can we grow? Can we change?
Exactly.
Can
And you know,
we-
you really see the effects on some of them. And they also start telling you the truth. They're like, hey man, I don't feel the same. You know, when it started out, it was fun. It was, you know, but like now it's
Just
a
feel like
different
I'm full
feeling.
of, like, spirits and I
feel
just
like
feel
I'm losing myself,
wrong
man. I'm
and-
losing myself to the world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think, man, whoever is out there and you're struggling with porn,
Quit
do not,
now.
you know, I know there are very many mainstream,
Quit today.
mainstream media trying to tell you that it's okay to watch porn, and there's also an equivalency of mainstream media trying to tell you do not watch porn, but then you end up watching it again. Now, I'll just share first-hand experience.
Yeah.
For like a minute. So, no, I'm trying to help you out there. It's not a joke. So, man, porn was a very hard journey for me. You know, people used to complain, I have a weed addiction, I have an alcohol addiction. Man, I would do all those things, but nothing compared to porn.
Yeah.
And you know, I went into this phase of, I think to some point, porn aided my purpose development because I went into this stage of, man, why do I watch porn so much? So I wanted to improve my life because of porn. So I go into the whole thing of purpose, trying to find out how do I improve myself and everything. So it leads me in very many places. People are telling, go do this, but at the end of the day, you just keep relapsing.
Yeah.
The worst stage is the relapsing part because the shame is unmatched.
True.
You know you're doing
True.
something wrong.
Yeah.
After maybe that, like you said, post clarity, you look at yourself and you can't recognize yourself anymore. Sometimes you even get scared of seeing your image in the mirror. You just dunk. You're like, that's not me, bro.
I mean, those people in the house and you can't even look at them in the eyes, bro.
Yeah.
that.
And they don't even know, but
Yeah,
like,
like-
you're just so ashamed of
Like,
yourself.
what am I doing?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
worst part of it is how you start to sexualize women. That was my worst part of it. Like
True.
I would look at teachers, I'm like, oh man, yeah. I would look at a cousin. He went into family. That's when I realized this is
It's
a
out of
vice.
hand,
Like you look
yeah.
at a cousin and you know it's because of the pornography. When I realized it's because of the pornography, I decided I have to quit. This is something I have to, you know, take
Yeah.
upon. So I did everything. I did the purpose seeking. I seek purpose. But then I landed on this very important message from I think Jordan Peterson. He was talking about how people. He was saying if
It's
you
not a Joel Day if he doesn't say Jordan,
Jordan
Peterson.
Peterson.
Yeah. The day hasn't ended.
We should start asking him, you know.
Yes,
Like, this guy,
Ask him.
this guy.
He said, if you ever meet an addict, do not ask them why are you addicted. That's a very stupid question. And then I also saw an Islamic video of what you're addicted to is not the problem. Porn is not the problem. Alcohol is not the problem. Weed is not the problem. Cocaine is not the problem. Heroin is not the problem. Meth is not the problem.
What's
The
the
problem
problem?
is you.
Yeah.
The void you're trying to fill. Those things are the solutions. But now the problem is coming from something deeper. And the moment you realize that, your life changes. Because now for me back then, I thought it was purpose. And everyone would say, man, find a purpose. But it's not purpose for everyone. Yes, it worked for me. But for other people, they have found purposes. People are married. People think, oh, when I get married, I'll quit porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
You just keep doing it.
Yeah.
People have
Even
divorced because
worse,
of porn. Yeah.
and it really disturbs your intimacy.
Purpose, people masturbate in their offices, government offices, moreover. So it's not purpose at the end of the day. It's a void. For someone, it will be purpose and it will work for them. For it could be intimacy. Now, me, the first time, my first relapse, how I fixed it was intimacy. I realized, man, I've not had real intimacy before. When I got it, I quit porn. I went like a full year straight. I was
Yeah.
amazing. I was in the living my best life. But then intimacy stopped being the solution. It was something deep. I was trying to fill a void. But now you have to sit down with yourself. And
Intimacy, but not fornication.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to be loved.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
You better draw the line.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you just need to sit down with yourself, realize, be self-aware, have a counsel, talk to people.
Yeah.
But then also at the end of the day, know your void. Because a random video will tell you it's this, but know your void.
So you need a
Is
high
your-
degree of self-awareness.
Yeah, is your void intimacy? Is your void purpose? Is your void idleness?
Spirituality.
Yeah, spirituality. Some people are too idle. You have nothing to do the entire day. What do you expect?
I also feel like we need to have these conversations more often,
Yeah.
and make them engaging.
Yeah.
I remember a time in high school when we used to have these seminars. Alcohol is bad. What is alcohol?
No one ever
Effects,
said
this and
anything
that,
about
Yeah.
Bro, we used to literally
fornication
sleep through
and
all these
pornography.
things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, man, tell us about pornography, but don't just tell us, bro. Let's
Yeah.
have engaging conversations,
Yeah. And like
things
really
like
show
that.
us. Yeah.
Exactly. Like really want to make us abstain.
Like,
you know
how they used to make us like abstain from homosexuality.
Exactly,
Like they bring
bro.
those books and
That was
like
so
someone's
engaging, and like, man,
intestines are out
this is
and
what really happened.
yeah.
Like, tell me the truth about
Yeah.
pornography. Don't be afraid to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Let them be more engaging with the young people. And
Yeah.
And-
So as we wrap up, I wanted to ask just like a closing question. Have you ever, like, I feel like the peak, if you're at that point, like it's really bad, that point of pornography consumption where you view it with someone. Have you like been there? Okay.
That's the answer I wanted.
Yeah, I think,
That's the answer I wanted.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll just let
Yes,
Leighton give
it's-
us his like closing, like
Yeah. On addition to that question,
Yeah.
I just say, what if you knew someone, maybe your brother? In fact, that's the best example. If your brother came to you and told you, Leighton, I'm badly, in fact, he has gathered up all the courage to tell you this.
Yeah.
Leighton, I'm badly addicted to porn, because he looks at you as a role model. He doesn't know you've suffered with it, but he's telling you, he's being honest, I'm badly addicted to porn.
What would you tell
What's
him?
the one piece of advice you'd give him?
One is crazy.
Okay,
I feel like
just summarize your advice.
I feel like it would be a conversation we'd have, Obviously, I'd want to know how did it start. But the number one thing I'd want to do is not to make him feel like, why did you do this? Why? No. I want to help him understand that you can live a beautiful life without this. You do not need it. That's what I
Yeah.
want to make him understand. You do not need this.
Yeah.
I understand why you're doing it from what you've told me, but you do not need
You don't
this,
need it.
You have to be welcoming. You have to be engaging. And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
So guys,
find a way
here's
land
to
it.
conversation. It's very, very important to have conversation with the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us, Leighton. Guys, this episode was made possible by Dancesoft Studios. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
I forgot